Good morning and welcome to What's New with Mike and Jeff, your Saturday morning hobby hangout coming to you live via the interwebs. We're just three old farts talking about our hobby. I'm Mike. With me is Jeff and Mark.
Hi.
Good
Mark,
morning.
how are you, buddy?
You know what? I'm doing better this morning than I have been all week.
Well,
Been under
good.
the weather, feeling a little cruddy, and then the last 2 days pretty much spent either on the couch or in bed. Missed a couple days of work and kind of sucked. So,
Well, we're glad you're here, buddy.
but yeah, no, I appreciate the invite, and I appreciate everything you guys do for me. So thank you.
We love having you.
So now that you're feeling better, you got to catch up on the 2 days of sleeping on the couch and get everything done around the house and all that great stuff.
Yeah, I'm supposed to start so where I work at, we get 2 weeks off, between Christmas and New Year's, and we take an extra time off and stuff like that. So mine's technically supposed to start Thursday. So I've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to kind of wrap things up, and since I missed the last 2 days and all that. But yeah, this weekend it's going to be a lot of fun. Jamie's doing Christmas cookies and stuff, so I get to take them off the tray and put them on the cooling rack and stack them up. And occasionally that does, the imperfect ones do. The imperfect ones do, have to be addressed. So
She's got to be very trusting to have you actually take them from the tray and put them on the cooling thing, because I know that's beyond your skill set.
Trust me, it took a lot. We've been together 12 years. I think it took until last year for me to finally get it.
Have you guys been together 12 years already?
Yeah.
Wow.
Together 12 years, married 10 years. So yeah,
it didn't even dawn on me. It just seems like yesterday. You and I were talking about you get married.
Dang. Yeah. Andy and I have been together twice as long.
Wow, congrats.
Yeah.
I wasn't around when you guys met.
Well, we got married in '99, and we started dating like
miracles, right? So
and we started dating years before that. So yeah,
I was 2 years into my Games Workshop career, and you guys got married.
Oh, look at you, Games Workshop.
That's how old I am, people.
Yeah, it's a great experience being married to one person that long, but it's a lot of work, a lot of compromising in a relationship. That's where I think a lot of people fail, is they don't want to compromise in the
communication. Learning from my failure.
Yeah.
That's literally what I mean. It was on both our parts, but communication is key.
Well, she still hasn't taken my last name because she's still not certain.
Well, Wilster. I'm from a good hardy stock like Smith, so we are fairly solid on our. Well, wait a minute, I can't really say that.
Well, that sounds like you got a fun weekend planned out, Mark. So,
yeah, low key for sure. So
now, are these Christmas cookies for like work or just family?
Friends and family.
Okay.
And so if you don't get a set, oh well. Sorry, you don't fall into those two categories.
Let me finish.
Mike, I'll reach out to you for your address later. So
that's what I was going to say. I was going to finish that question. And Mike, because he's being polite, are these people for work, for family? And then what was supposed to happen, what he wanted to say was, and am I getting any?
I wasn't thinking that way outwardly.
Sure.
Proper phrases. Sure. I wasn't thinking that way as far as you know.
I wasn't.
Yeah, I'll be posting pictures, because last weekend we started up. We did a couple of batches, and there's probably 15 different batches of cookies.
Are there any peanut butter flavored cookies being made?
Yes.
I do have a tendency to like peanut butter.
Okay.
Subtle.
Well, they're more like chocolate with peanut butter chips.
I like peanut butter.
Okay, fair enough.
I could sit.
So you don't want the chocolate with peanut butters, or is that an okay for the chocolate with the peanut butter chips?
Anything with peanut butter works for me, because I'll sit down and just eat peanut butter like ice cream.
Go ahead, Mark. I got to stay.
No. I learned that trick with the guy and the spoon. It took a spoon of the peanut butter and then put one side with a Ritz cracker and flipped over the other side of the Ritz cracker and ate it. And it's like, oh, that's genius. So,
Ritz crackers and peanut butter are amazing.
Absolutely.
I'd like to inform the viewers that may or may not watch the show regularly. What's New with Mike and Jeff is about talking about the hobby and teaching new skills that we've learned in our advanced years how to do. What you're seeing now is how to grovel for cookies without actually groveling for cookies.
dropping
Just upset
little
because you're not getting any. Okay.
So Jeff,
Yes,
I noticed you're wearing a really new cool.
I am. Someone who shall go completely nameless, my Wolfster, sent me a Christmas present.
Yes.
Oh.
And I got this, and I don't know where I don't know where I saw this before.
Yeah.
And I've already used it, and it's awesome.
Yes.
The hardest part I've had with it is I keep grabbing
little caps.
Huh? No.
A little cap.
I keep picking it up like it's a paint handle.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm really supposed to leave that there and work around, but I keep doing this. But it's awesome. I have literally. Go ahead.
No. For me, the hardest part was the little rubber caps that fit on top of the.
They keep coming off.
Yeah. Mine they did. They launched, and I was like, yeah, okay.
They keep coming off. Now, for the first hour after I got this thing out of the box, I literally sat here and went, I'm going to put this in it. Oh, that's cool. I'm going to put this in it. I said, it won't hold this. Oh, look, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And for us local people to Arizona, you guys would have to do it via the interweb. Andy is now selling a pretty much full line of Display hobby tools.
Yep.
Yeah, he just put out his recent video, and there was one of the tools. I'm probably going to pick it up because I have this problem, and I believe you also have it, Jeff. Is with getting a little bit shaky when you're painting.
Yes.
They actually have a stabilizer for you to rest your hand on. It has a rod, and you can actually use the rod to help stabilize your hand while painting. So that way you get kind of combat that shakiness when it comes to painting fine details. Like when you can be shaky if you're doing certain things, it's not that big of a deal. But when you're trying to do those fine details, check out the video because Andy kind of does a little demonstration using it. Obviously, there's a learning curve to get used to putting your hand on this big metal ball and using the rod and all that. But it's to help with that shakiness when you're painting.
Yeah, I've actually just learned to twist myself around so the shaking that works to my advantage.
It's called stippling.
Have you seen there's a new work glove that just came out. It's really low profile, and it's not a glove as in a complete cover your hand kind of glove. It goes over this finger and your pinky and your thumb, and then it velcros at your wrist. But it has LEDs mounted to look down over, so whatever your hand is pointing, the light is focused from 3 different angles on that point.
That'd be cool.
They're showing it for automotive work, and I'm thinking that would be awesome as a painter because my fingers are free because I'm painting with I don't use latex gloves on my brush hand because it just doesn't feel right.
Right.
But it actually, as you're painting, and I was looking at it, they literally would be, if I was painting and was wearing that glove, it would be pointing right down on the model. So I'm toying with the idea of that being my gift to myself.
Well, I can't wait to see that because that could actually be really neat because when you're trying to get those, even with all the overhead lighting that we have and everything like that, when you hit certain angles of a model, unless you're really twisting and articulating it, that could give you more of a direct light. Hey, good morning, Don. How are you, buddy?
Don. Even the light above on my visor, my hand sometimes doesn't constantly give me the light I need. I'm thinking about picking it up and giving it a try.
Well, especially when we're dealing with those GW models, when they've got like shields and swords, and you got all the doohickeys and whatnots all around them.
And then for anyone that hasn't checked out Discord lately, there's some really good posts on there from Don. A couple good videos, but he also talks about he's just now getting into layering.
Oh,
and he's taught him. He's learned a lot. He's doing really well with it. So make sure you check that out on Discord because it's actually I read it. It's pretty interesting. And again, it's just one of those things I've known Don forever and just kind of watching it. I've watched his painting journey from early in its inception. So I'm really happy for him.
You've watched him go from painting googly eyes on models to now painting fine detail.
I don't think they were that bad. But Don has always really worked really hard to get his painting where he wants it to be. And he's just from when I was in Arizona, him coming out and is entering in some of the tournaments and stuff. I'm really happy with where he's going, and he seems real excited about it, which is actually what I'm real excited about, is how much he still has a real passion for it.
Well, soon he'll be at that level. I can hire him to be my stunt painter.
Stunt painter is an important role.
So that way, when we switch to painting, and if you see someone with an index finger on their right hand, you'll know my stunt painter has jumped in. And I'll just be mic'd up I'll just be mic'd up sitting in the back chatting away. That's one of the reasons why I can't really read the comments, because I have to sit so far back to
glasses would help. You know that, right?
Yeah. Have we ever had that conversation, Mike?
No, we've never had that conversation. We have never talked about me wearing my glasses while.
There have been many moments though when he's trying to read the captions that I start laughing hysterically.
Well, because I'm doing one of these things. I love it. I just love it.
So what have you been working on, Mark, besides your tank and getting sick? That's been it?
No, that's literally been it. So I've been plugging away a little bit on the turret. I got the lower hull assembled. Still working on the upper deck, but the hulls, road wheels, and all that stuff. Actually, let me switch.
Sweet.
I went to do this to make sure I had it.
We're going to try technology here, ladies and gentlemen. So hold on to your.
It's Mark. He's an IT guy. He may be better than us at this.
Right.
Sweet.
So got the lower hull with the suspension arms. This is really cool. They've got the arms in here set up, so it's still movable. So I can position it.
Very cool
for that. Okay, and do the adjustments there. Did that. The turret's been pretty much assembled. There's a whole side extra armor that goes on here. That'll actually give the extra armor a little bit more beef.
Very cool.
Oh, that's the spaced armor? Yeah.
Yeah, the spaced armor. There'll be smoke dischargers here, and I've got those set up. I've got to add the little strings to them in there.
Very cool. Very cool.
A little bit of photo etch. Got to add the little cap. There's a wire that goes from this cap in the top to hold it when it launches, so it doesn't go flying off everywhere. Did the back deck. I've done the back deck and stuff here with the little details and stuff that that I had to solder and do some photo etching pieces and stuff like there for it. Today I'll probably finish up this little guy because I've got to solder some details here, and then also add some details to this one as well, some grab handles and stuff. And then the upper hull at the front done. I've got to add the headlights and stuff like that, but I'll add those later after I'm done masking. Because what I'm going to do is for the camouflage and stuff, I want to try and keep it as flat as I can to make it easier for masking. And so I'll just take the headlight guards and stuff like that. The whole assemblies will be painted separately. But add the grab handles and stuff, and then little extra details and stuff there. So it's getting there.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Love it.
Actually, just also started a figure. We'll see if he makes it.
He's missing his head.
Yeah, I typically on 35th figures and stuff, I'll paint the head separately. I'm trying to get that lined up. Trying to get some of the contours and stuff enhanced. Oops. Trying to get some of the contours. I did go through like on the legs and the folds and stuff like that. I took my display grinder with the finer tip, and then went in and enhanced some of the folds here on it and got some of the seams and stuff. And then I went back over that with some Tamiya extra thin cement to smooth it out. So it'll be in a hatch, but we'll see. Not too bad.
Very cool.
Very cool.
How
is that display grinder?
I have two of them. I love them.
All right.
I have one. So I got it for on sale with a while back. It was like $24 or something like that. And so I picked up. I had the original one. I have it set for the sanding sponge. Okay.
Yeah.
So for my injector pin marks and that, and then I liked it so much, I grabbed another one. So I really don't have to change out the tip.
Yeah.
It was an easy investment. It was, and it's been handy. And it's like, okay. So.
And they're rechargeable, right? Those are the rechargeable ones.
Yeah, they're completely rechargeable. USB. They take USB-C, just like your cell phone.
Yeah.
So you got one of the funky apples, and it's all you. I'm an Android guy, so.
I'm an Apple person.
Oh, I'm sorry. So
I know. But once they get their hooks in you, man, they just drag you down.
Yeah, it was one of those. It's one of those decisions. Like, okay, do I want to rebuy all the apps? Like, I had Android for years, and then it was like we were considering going over to Apple. Like 10 years ago or something like that for a family plan. It was like, oh, and it was like, do you want to rebuy all those apps and this and that? No, I think we're good. Okay, we're stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So that's been the primary focus, like I said, for Thanksgiving, and now it'll be continuing to be the focus. It's continuing to be the focus for my Merry Tankmas project.
Merry Tankmas. Jeff, what have you been working on?
Be honest, I haven't had a lot of time to do it. I got some stuff done, hadn't had a chance to get pictures taken. But my as you'll find, as we'll talk about later in the show,
yeah,
I've been busy. I've had a lot of other things going on that have kept me out of my studio. I have, however, Battlefront does close down over the Christmas New Year holiday, so I will have some time then to get stuff painted. So, but I got some stuff done. I did some work on the tank. I didn't get any pictures taken. It's just been a really, really, really busy week for me.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about that in a little bit. Me, I'm fixing all my mistakes on my tank. So
the repair phase.
I'm in the repair phase. So yeah, when
what happened? I saw the thing, the issue with the one road wheel, but everything else seemed to be going good.
Well, yes, in theory. Okay. Everything, but the hinges for the platform that holds the gas tank,
storage,
I put them on backwards.
Rack,
yeah, I put them on backwards. Okay. So I had to cut them off. I had to rebuild them. Also, there was a gap here between the back plate of the hull.
Yeah.
And I filled it with some plastic card. That was an easy fix. But this took some time because I had to cut them off. I had to rebuild them. I had to clean them all up, put them back on right. A lot of measuring and stuff like that. But that took a couple mornings of just working on it, getting it all set up. So,
okay. Mark, are you going to ask you, or do you want me to do it?
What's that?
Are you wearing your glasses?
I was wearing my glasses when I did this mistake. And it happens. And then I forgot to put the front mud guards on before gluing the hull down. So now I have to modify these to fit correctly because they were supposed to go in first, and then you were supposed to put the hull down because there's a little space here to fill that gap. Yep. So now I have to fix that. So
do you have the instructions in English?
But then
is English your primary language?
It was more of excitement of building models. I was excited to finally get the hull glued on. That I skipped the step.
Welcome to skip modeling. Okay, because you're never the only one who's done this. Trust me.
Yeah, we're still in the early stages of doing like actual. I mean, we built models all our lives, but they're gaming models mostly. We're not down those advanced years where we because we still go, oh, I can't wait to get this done, and we get it, and then we go, oh crap, I forgot.
And then you're like, oh crap, I got to rip the whole thing apart because I forgot stuff. You know, it's like, think of it like building a Lego set and forgetting a piece halfway through, and you're towards the end, and you're like, why isn't this connecting? And then you got to tear everything.
Raymond hit it on the head. Mike, you say that like you don't like modifying models. This is my way of modifying my model and making it my own. Thank you, Raymond, for understanding how I function.
We understand completely, but we had an opportunity to give you a hard time or be supportive. Which way do you think we're going to go?
I love you guys.
I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning because my dog decided to wake me up. So yeah, I'm a little more snarkier than usual. Okay.
So before I can fix the mud flaps on the front, there's a slight warp in the front hull right here of the hull.
The transmission hits the hull.
Yeah, so I need to. I might have to get my heat gun out. Because it's really thick plastic. I don't know if my hair dryer gets hot enough.
Yeah.
But I'll start with
that.
Yeah, I know. That's because I also put on the parts just went flying. I also already put on, because I followed the instructions and I went step by step, and you were supposed to put on the guards for the lights.
Yep.
So I've got to be real careful, because if I put too much heat on, that's going to cause all kinds of disruption. So I'm going to start with the hair dryer.
One thing you may try is a little bit of, so it's kind of like a creeper method.
Okay.
You've got the seam, you get your pressure in there, like put something in from the behind and that type of thing, and you just do a little touch of glue there, get it secured, and then you're not gluing the whole piece. You're just creeping along that line little by little, and then getting it pressure, keeping the pressure on there until it dries. That's the good thing with Tamiya Extra Thin, is that it dries in a few minutes. Or the other thing that you could do is I would do with Tamiya Extra Thin, because it allows that flexibility to kind of melt it and then get it in there to help with it. But yeah,
and then maybe go in from the back and put in after I get it tacked down, maybe go into the back and give it a good glue bead.
I would definitely do that for sure. One thing I would do is, if it's, depending on how it's warped, like, so I'll switch cameras again. Let me show you something.
All right.
I'll do this real quick. Sorry about that.
Ray says, what's new with Mike and Jeff, where build instructions are more suggestions than anything else? I think
like traffic signs in Georgia. Okay.
I think they're masking paper.
All right. So, all right. You see right here, there's a bit of warpage.
Yep. Right
here. So if I take, you can definitely see it right there. Okay. That's supposed to be even all the way across. There's two pieces that actually fit in here that are warped, that basically we're going to carry out and create the engine deck. So one thing I'm actually doing is I'll be taking a piece of foam once I get this glued up. So once I get this whole assembly glued up, I'll be putting a piece of foam down in here. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
So I'm a novice at this. So putting a piece of foam under here to push this up. Okay. To fix that gap until to make it flush or plumb, whatever. And then I'll glue it down. And once I get it glued down, I'll be able to take the foam out, the little foam block, and get it out, and it should hold. Okay.
All right.
But yeah, I try doing some pressure like that, and go from there. But do creep along that line just little by little, and it should help.
Well, I'll still try the hair dryer just to soften the plastic a little bit, so that the glue and everything, and it'll have time to kind of form a little bit better. But once I get that fixed, then I'll fix the mud flaps, and then I'll make another mistake down the line and fix that, because that's part of the joy of building a model is making mistakes along the way.
It's beneath your skill level, so you're making it more difficult, so you enjoy the build more.
Well, I wanted an expert kit,
There
so they didn't come as an expert kit, so I modified it to be an expert kit.
I do the same thing, but I'll be building a kit and I get excited because I want to see it. I want to see it done.
Yeah.
And I'll skip something and everything else. So
it happens to all of us. I am not unique in this experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but yeah,
I do it in gaming all the time where I want to get to the fun part of the shooting phase, and then I'll forget 5 other things I have to do before I get to the thing I was looking forward to. So yeah.
And Don hits it. It sounds like assembling IKEA furniture. Yeah.
No. Less frustrating than IKEA furniture.
IKEA furniture is in class all by yourself. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, I can see that.
In 12 years, Jamie and I had the worst argument we ever had was over IKEA furniture. And it was like 10 years ago. It was like, yeah. Uh-huh.
I find the fact that when I walk in, I have to walk through their maze to get where I want to get to.
Just go into their stores. It's like
go to the bottom and get your stuff there. Just get.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it's like. It's like, why am I walking this maze? Because I just want to get to here.
Hey, I gave up on IKEA furniture when I bought silverware that I had to assemble. Like, really? I got to put the prongs on my own fork? What's going on here?
Uh-huh.
You know how hard it is to get those little screw things to connect a fork on? And then I didn't do it right, and they all flopped all over the place when I went to poke something with them.
And then you had to spend like 20 minutes trying to figure out how you can modify it to make it your own.
Well, yeah, but that's fine.
That goes off saying. That's my thing.
That's just how I roll. So, anyways, that's where I'm at with my tank. It was a couple mornings of just really narrowing down and figuring out how to, spent an hour just trying to figure out how to fix it, and then went to town fixing it. So it's getting there. They'll just
problems, give me a call. Just ping me and I'll be.
It'll just be battle damage when I'm done. It will just look worn and beat up. So.
No, you could do the classic. You could do the classic armor modeler. Just you cover it with mud to hide all the imperfections.
There you go. That's us. Mud and dirt.
I'd say that doesn't happen, but I've over the years judged a few contests and it's really awfully muddy, isn't it? Okay.
He went through a mud bog. What do you expect?
Sure. You're like, okay. How come there's only that much mud on that one piece?
It was just a really muddy. It was just a puddle of mud.
I can answer that. He washed it like my daughter one time washed my truck.
How's that?
Only the side I could see from the kitchen window. That's the only side she washed. and I paid her to do it. And
I love it.
I'm not kidding. She was wanting to borrow money from me, and I said, "Sweet," I said, how about you wash my truck and I'll give you money?" She goes, "Okay, cool." But I looked out my kitchen window, said, "There's my truck. You wash my truck. I'll give you the money that you want." She goes, "Okay, great." She goes out. I'm sitting in the living room. I get up and check on her. She's out there washing the truck. She comes up and says, "I'm all done, Dad." And I said, "Okay, cool." I look out the window. I look down the truck. Beautiful.
The ground's wet. Everything's wet around it.
My blue Dodge Ram looks great. I walked out, and it was parked at an angle with the passenger side facing the window. So I walked down. In my old house, you had to walk out onto a deck, then down a set of stone stairs that took you down to where, because my garage was part of the basement. We come around the corner. There's my truck. It's all beautiful. I walk around the driver's side. The entire driver's side that I could not see from the kitchen window was not washed. And I'm like, well, it's my own fault because I should have known.
Well, you should have gave her the money just because of her creativity. It's like,
well, here's the thing. She got the money out of me and was gone before I even noticed. That's how skilled she was.
Oh, I love it.
So when she got home, I just walked up. I said, "So, when are you going to finish the wash job?" And she just looked at me. And she goes, "Oh, tomorrow." Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She was being efficient with her time. She's like, "Look, I got to get to the mall and meet my friends. I can only wash half the truck."
It's one of those moments where you just kind of go, I'm really angry, but I should have known.
It was funny, huh?
It was funny.
I love it.
It
I
was
love
funny.
it.
So that's what that guy did with the model. That's like he did. That's what what he thought you'd be looking at.
There you go.
Absolutely.
There you go. I love
He
it.
was right.
Oh, on the Corsair front, Mark, my AK 3 Gen paints finally showed up.
Good for you. Awesome. So now you're running out of excuses not to do it. Okay.
Well, I've got one coming up. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine.
We'll go through the checklist.
We'll go through the checklist.
I guess because so for me, my time's a little short today, folks. Sorry.
Okay.
I've been working the last 2 days on my days off, helping my buddy with some studio work for the school district, and I'm gonna have to cut out to go back to work, helping him with that. So let's go ahead and jump into the photos real fast and start showing off the photo. My card.
Well, actually, I was trying to be generous. That's kind of what she said. No.
She was being politically correct.
If any of you out there really know me, you already know the daughter I'm talking about. I'm not gonna besmirch her name now.
I'm gonna go with the middle child. Okay.
Look at that fleet of tanks.
Talk about Thanksgiving. Woohoo!
I'm more interested in the gray orcs in the background, but that's just a Mike thing.
there is a ton of rhinos on that table.
Yeah, look at all those. Love it.
This picture warmed my heart because I finally found someone that has invested more money in rhinos than I have.
I really wish they'd let Primaris be able to go in rhinos. That would be so cool. But anyway,
I have a funny feeling we're going to eventually see a new rhino kit.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Probably because they're still using the older sculpt, right?
I think that's the Mark II from the original.
Okay,
they're still basically the same design. They haven't advanced that. And the Land Raider. The Land Raider had a major design from Mark I to Mark II, and the kit got a real good upgrade. But the Rhinos never had a really solid upgrade with anything. So I would imagine we're probably going to eventually see the Rhino get an upgrade, or just be dropped in a new vehicle.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The floaty tanks and transports are nice, and I like them. And I got a 3D printed hatch on the back to turn the El Camino into an actual APC.
There you go. And there's even more.
Oh, look at the squig sticker. I'm sorry, I'm more interested in New York stuff.
I can see that. But that's definitely
a target of opportunity. That's it.
Yes.
This picture gave me vertigo.
Yeah, I'm like,
because it's like it's upside down from it's just a weird angle.
Yeah.
But more text.
Is it on the back of the chair?
It looks like it's on the seat of a chair that's shoved up against a shelf, and it looks like he's taking the picture from the top of the shelf down. Weird.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
It just gave me vertigo. That's all I can say.
What is the black box looking thing next to the tank?
This here or here?
There, where you're circling.
That looks like the lid to some kind of like carrying case, or it's just a gun case or a miniature case with two rhinos sitting on top of it.
Oh, okay. Now I see it. I see it. It's almost like Find the Tank.
Yeah, I almost fell on my chair from the vertigo when I was trying to figure this picture out this morning. It's like, what? Okay. I think he just walked around his basement and took pictures where there was a tank sitting.
Well, didn't he have to renovate his basement recently?
Yeah, well, it flooded.
Yeah, so maybe this is how he's like getting photos of all.
He has a ton. Maybe they're insurance pictures.
He's probably like the rest of us. He's like, well, I got to go through all these old boxes and clean everything up. And he's like, oh, I didn't know I had this. Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, I would imagine he was well aware of the number of tanks he owned. There's a ton. Oh, and I think this is the finished product from Don. Looks really good.
Yeah, I love the glow.
Oh, that does look really good. Cool.
Yeah, that
he did a really good job on it.
Yeah. I love the glowing on the hammer.
Yeah,
it's all done really well.
And now with the red plume and all the other colors added in, that bronze looks 10 times better.
Yep. Look, that's really, really good, Don. Well done. And then here's the entire group.
Very cool.
They're going to look really good. I love the bases again. The bases just pop.
Yep.
They're just enough to add to the model, but not take away from it.
A little splash of color there, just to add contrast.
Really, really good.
And he kept the color of the plumes to kind of work with the bronze color.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Nope. I like it. Very, very nice.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, I like the wings. Looks really good.
Very nice. Yeah. Don's painting is amazing.
Yep. Absolutely.
Love it. Oh.
And he's terrified from everything I read. This is his first attempt at a bust.
All right.
And he has to have it done by Christmas, and it's scaring the heck out of him.
He'll do fine. Don, you will do fine. It will be amazing.
Go look at Calvin Tan. Do a Google search for Calvin Tan. Okay, and he just did a nice little video with I sound like I'm pushing a product, but he just did a really good video on doing faces and stuff like that using the AK, speed paint, which are equivalent of contrast and a regular color. But it's what you can do is just check out his techniques for doing the face and everything like that and skin tones. Just phenomenal work. He's one of the best, figure painter or true figure painter artists and stuff like that. And it's check it out. It'll definitely help you, especially if you're feeling a little bit nervous about it.
Yeah. I think the hardest thing is just putting that first coat of paint on. You just got to break through that mental barrier and just get some paint on it, start going, and then let it start flowing.
A lot of the techniques are the same. They just have to be applied a little differently.
Sure.
But there's some other subtleties to painting a bust that's different than painting a 28 or 32. But you'll be fine, Don. You'll get it. You'll knock this out of the park. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah. Yep. I'm assuming since he has to have it done before Christmas, it's a gift for somebody.
Yeah, he talks about it as a gift for somebody. He talks about it in his Discord post. So definitely check it out. Give him some support. Let him know you're behind him. But if you're like me, Don's going to knock it out of the park. It's going to be great.
And he's already got it pre-mounted, so life is good.
Yep. I do need to talk to him about the ease of saran wrap or bread sacks. Because I would have just put that in a bread sack with a rubber band around the post.
Don's asking the name of that person that video that did is it Calvin Tan?
Calvin Tan.
Okay.
Calvin Tan.
Yeah, that's it. Calvin. He's got it right. Calvin Tan.
There you go. You're good.
There you go.
Joe's been doing some stuff again. Joe and I had an interesting conversation this week about painter's block.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I kind of walked him through the 3 ways I deal with it when I can. So it looks like he overcome it a little bit because he got quite a bit done this week.
Yeah.
Or since the last show, I should say.
Very cool. I love the theme of these models.
Yeah, they're very good.
Like Sinbad type stuff. Very cool. And Don's asking about bread sack. He popped a question in. Bread sack question mark?
On your base, you've got let's go back. You've taken a ton of masking tape, which isn't cheap, and wrap the base, which is a good idea. You can also, on stuff like that, just take a bread sack or like plastic wrap and wrap it with that. I would have taken a bread sack, put this all the way to the bottom of a bread sack, brought it up, and then either zip tied it or twisty tied it around that post. And then you could have done all your painting and kept that base safe without all the masking tape. And on occasion, masking tape, you'll leave a residue. It can do some other things, but it's also just that what you just did. That's a lot of work to do that. Don't be afraid to just use like a bread sack or plastic wrap or something like that to do those big areas.
That's
what?
Yeah. Okay. No, sorry. I'm. Yeah. Okay. Never mind.
Mark's
in the say it.
I would have done the masking tape, to be honest. What he did there.
I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm just simply saying it's a little easier to go that route.
I mean, to be fair, I would have never thought of using a bread sack. I mean, you're talking like the bag, the plastic.
Yeah,
bag.
Just a regular plastic bread bag that your loaf of bread comes in. Yeah, just use that. I use it all the time. Been doing it for years. And actually, a painter from long ago taught me that trick. You just basically, I do that for example, on my Land Raider, if I have the sponson already on, I'm wanting to repaint it, I'll literally take saran wrap and wrap the whole thing around it. And I may use a little bit of masking tape around the area I'm trying to protect. Sure. But the rest of it's just a bread sack. So I don't have to put masking tape over the whole side of this thing to protect it. I can encase all of it in plastic wrap and do my airbrushing on the weapon that's going to be sitting out here like this. Let me get in the camera. Yep. All right. And I don't have to do all that masking, waste all that masking tape.
Okay.
So, but it wasn't me saying he's wrong. That does what he wants it to do, absolutely. But he just a bread sack will do the same thing, and it saves you a lot of time. Is all I'm saying.
And you have bread sacks probably laying around the house.
Yeah, absolutely. Bread sacks are there's a lot of different ways to go. Sometimes I actually somewhere in here I've got a roll of cellophane. Just regular plastic wrap.
Yeah.
That cling wrap, just whoop.
Done.
Then just use a bread tie or twisty tie. But that's the point, though, is you can talk to 12 different painters on that one way to handle that, and you're probably going to get how many different answers.
Yeah.
True.
So,
very cool. Look at this.
Good stuff.
Dang, Joe has been busy.
Yeah. I was kind of surprised because after our conversation, he sent me an IM saying, hey, how do you deal with not being motivated? Just not feeling it. And I said, you can do one of three things. You can kind of just power through it, which is tough. You can take a break and walk away for a while until it comes back. Or I sometimes will set aside what I'm not motivated to paint and find something that I'm excited to paint and paint that for a little bit, which kind of rekindles things and gets you going. And then you can go back to work on what you were having an issue with.
Yeah.
Because what he is doing, what you can see what he's doing, he's grinding tabletop miniatures for a game.
Right.
And that is a difficult task to hold up as a commission painter. I run into it all the time where I'm painting something I'm not going to be playing with, but I got to get it done. And it does kind of, especially when you paint because you love to paint, you start lose that motivation. So one of the best ways to do that, especially if you're not gaming on a regular basis, because he's no longer at IOG,
right?
He's not at the store to get that. I really want to go home and paint now. When you play,
right?
So sometimes I'll grab a project that I've set aside that I really want to work on, this big guy right here.
Yeah.
This is something I want to work on. So when I run into that, as you can see, I've got some stuff done, some stuff not done. I'll just work on that for a half hour, 45 minutes, and that kind of gets the juices flowing again. And then I'll go right back doing because he's grinding tabletop miniatures so his game can be played. It's not that I really want to make this my piece of art like we're doing for Thanksgiving, where you want to do something really, really cool. You want to do a display, whatever it happens to be. So I was surprised after that conversation through direct message that he had so much stuff done. I was kind of impressed.
Found the motivation.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the reasons why I turn over to model kits is I can do a model kit, have a little fun with it, experiment with some stuff and find that motivation again. And it's not for a game. It's just something fun to do to spruce up that excitement.
I have right now on my table, I have 6 different projects just sitting here that I have my main commission project that I'm working on, and that is 90% of my time. But if I get into it where I'm waiting for something, I'm doing something else, I'll switch over to that project and I'll work on that for a little bit.
Yeah. Good morning, Heron.
Are you counting projects, Mark? I know you probably have a ton more than me.
Just on the bench. I'm like,
I have a ton of projects. But I keep extras right here around me so I can switch.
Hey, I gotta ask a clarifying question to you two.
Yeah.
Does buying a model and putting the model on a stack of other models that I haven't touched yet count as a project?
No.
Oh, okay. Then I don't have a lot of projects going.
No. But however, no, purchasing models is a whole separate hobby in itself. Trust me. However, buying a model, clipping parts off said model, okay, and applying glue to 1 or 2 pieces, the project started. Okay.
That's project.
I move on.
Then I'm going to have by the end of next week, I'll have 20 projects going, He goes, I'll just clip a bunch of pieces and throw it back in the box. Okay, well, that's a started project.
For example, I own every Primark model that Forge World produced up until Horus Ascended.
Okay.
Okay. They are all, but 3 of them are built and in the bottom of my case that's behind me because I love to build. I sometimes just want to build something.
Yeah.
And then I put it, so I count those as unfinished projects I have to eventually get to. That boar that I did for how many years ago now?
Yeah.
I've been carrying that around from all my different relocations to eventually finish it one day. So because I love to build. So those are what I'm classifying as projects. But the only ones I counted were the ones I have within arm's reach. That when I'm working on this project and I need to take a break from it, I will just reach over, grab something, and I'll work on that for a bit. And it may just be I got to put putty here, or I got to do some paint work here, and then that kind of clears my palette, and then I go back to doing what I was working on.
Yeah. Well, I'm grinding through a project's just hard.
Yeah, it is.
So you really got to have that motivation to continue moving and moving and moving. So
yeah, absolutely.
Good on you, Joe. I don't know if he hasn't chimed in yet.
He has not chimed in yet. I didn't think he was here yet, but yeah, and we got even more coming. There's some terrain he did.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah,
Terrain's always fun.
A friend of mine does that. He'll build tanks. He'll get them assembled to where they're ready for priming and stuff because he's in construction. And so there's times where, he'll have that situation where it'll be like, where he'll be able to, in the mood to build and won't have a lot of time to do finesse. And sometimes he'll have models in different forms of primer or base color, and then he'll just pull it down and do some weathering or whatever when he's feeling the mood for it. So yeah, it's
very cool.
It's a good way to do it.
And then Tim's been doing some MDF training.
Yeah, I think he went to a model railroad show, and just like we were talking about motivation, sometimes after you go to a show or something like that, you find motivation, and that's where Tim found some motivation.
Yeah.
Do some model railroading.
Greer Farms. Fruit and vegetable packing. There we go. MDF training can be really fun.
Yeah.
It can also be a nightmare.
Yeah. It's a double-edged sword.
Yep.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think Greer Farms was an Arizona base.
It probably was. But that wraps up the picks from Discord.
All right.
I had, like I said, I did finish a couple. I actually probably 20 models, but I just didn't have time to get pictures.
Yeah. And there's a reason for that.
There's a reason for it.
Yeah.
Are we ready to talk about that part?
Yeah, I think we should go ahead and have that conversation.
And Mark, I apologize. You're getting. I meant to call you and talk to you about this, but I didn't get a chance to. So I apologize. This is not how I wanted to let you know, but I wanted to let everybody else know this is our last show for the foreseeable future. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. If you guys have been watching the show regularly, I have been having some health issues, some fatigue, disorientation. My mood has been all over the place. And I have been trying with my doctors to find out what's going on. And basically last week I went in the hospital on Wednesday, which is why we ended up not doing a show last week because, and I ended up spending the night and they kept me over because I had, for the first time in my life, experienced vertigo, which I never got the medical definition of vertigo. I just thought it was a term you use when you were up high and got dizzy. But it's actually a nervous reaction and your eyes begin to do this quite rapidly. And that scared the crap out of me. And anytime I'm lightheaded, anything to do with what went on here, if you guys know from 2014 when I had my AAA, which is an abdominal aortic aneurysm, and had to have my dissection surgery. I don't mess with anything. If I'm lightheaded, I'm dizzy, anything to do with my circulation or what we call it, my blood flow, I go to the doctor. So I ended up staying the night in the hospital, and I had an MRI done because they thought I had thrown another stroke. That was not the case. Everything was fine there. But they did discover in a CT scan that my arterial graph that they did back in 2014 had in the last year had expanded from 5 centimeters to 7.5 centimeters, which means that it's actually weakened and started to expand. When I moved back from Arizona, I started seeing a surgeon at Johns Hopkins down in Baltimore. And he told me then that we are probably going to have to go in and repair that graft at some point, but it's not necessity right now, and we can wait. There were some new procedures they were waiting on that they wanted to do. And he said it hasn't expanded. And I went to him for 5 years. It never expanded further than what it had at that point, which was out to 5 centimeters. But in the last year, because of insurance issues, I could no longer see Dr. Black down at Johns Hopkins. I had to go and get a new thoracic surgeon here, which I now have. And it is an urgent situation. It's not an emergency, but it is urgent. So I have to have this repaired by the end of January. So what's going on? I've got a ton of doctor's appointments. I got a ton of tests I got to go get run before I meet with my cardiac surgeon. I have to have another echocardiogram. I got to have another CT scan. CT scan could tell me one of two things. It could say, which is not likely, it could say it's not as bad as we thought, and the pressure kind of comes back, but I still have to get some kind of surgery. It could be exactly what they thought it was, because the doctor was very straight with me. He said, if I have a bad image that I'm looking at now, it could not be that bad. He goes, but I'll be honest with you, I've looked at a lot of images. I don't think that's the case. So I have that CT scan scheduled for later this month. When I meet with the doctor on January 6th, he'll have those CT scans. But he did tell me, he said, now the other scenario is it could be worse than I think it is right now. And if that's the case, after I get the results from the CT scan, the conversation we're supposed to have on the 6th will happen at that point in time, and it'll be me telling you to get to a hospital because we're doing it today. The other thing is they can't do it like they wanted to, which is either through the artery or through arthroscopically through my armpit. They're going to have to crack my chest again. And they've also got to do some stuff with my carotid artery because my left carotid artery is butted up against that arterial graft. So they're probably going to have to run a bypass from my right carotid artery to my left because they won't be able to attach it where it currently is. So I'm dealing with that right now. And I won't have any. That's why over the last few shows, like the last time Mark was on, I was like, just give me a break because my mood was all over the place. I was a mess. I didn't know what was going on. Now I do. And I have a lot of stuff I want to do while I'm gone. Before I go to the surgery, my grandson's and my granddaughter's soccer team's indoor soccer league starts. So I want my Saturdays open so I can go do that before the surgery. Plus, I'm not going to know what kind of time I'm going to have to do stuff. So we're just going to kind of take a break and pick up after I'm out of surgery and out of recovery. I will try to post as much as I can. I'll definitely keep Mike informed so he can post if he wants to on What's New with Mike and Jeff, let you know what's going on. But yeah, I just found this out on Thursday. So that's what Mike and I talked on Friday. We decided let's just call it, hiatus on it for a while. And then when you're through it and you're ready to come back, we'll start up again. Yeah. And it's not like we haven't stopped and started before, is it?
No, we stopped and started plenty of times.
So, but that's been what's going on with me, and that's why we've been kind of hit or miss on the shows because there's some days I get up, I just don't have the energy, and that has been bothering me for a long time, and I've been going to doctor after doctor after doctor. And when my conversation on Thursday with the doctor was, I said, so this is what's been causing my increased fatigue, my lack of energy. He goes, yeah. He goes, there's issues with your blood flow. I have never been a stroke risk really. But one of the reasons I went in they started worrying about strokes was because when that arch expanded, it can create other issues with my blood flow. So my meds have all been changed and I'm juggling with all that. I was on the phone with an hour and a half with a pharmacist, not at one call. I was on about an hour and a half over like 15 calls on Friday, trying to get things sorted out for my new meds and my new dosages and stuff like that. So that's where I'm at. And I just want to kind of be available to deal with that, but also spend time with my kids and my grandkids and get some hobbying done, hopefully. But that's where we're at right now. So that's why we weren't here last week, and that's why we're going to take a break after today's show and move forward.
Yeah, and the show is just us getting together, just having a good time. So focus on the family, focus on your health. That's where the important part is. But you're in good hands with good doctors.
Absolutely.
So that's the important stuff. So.
Absolutely. So no, and it was kind of funny because because the doctor was talking to me and he's giving me all the stuff, and I literally, even though I knew it was coming, it hit me like a truck. And he goes, so do you have any questions? And I went, not right now, but I'm almost positive the next time we talk, I'm going to have a list.
I will have a binder full of questions to ask you. So
my middle daughter, who works in the medical field, was just rapid firing questions at me, and I was sweet. I didn't ask any. She was, well, Dad, why not? You got to know these things. I said I was still dealing with the fact that, I've got to go have this done again.
And you've recovered from this once before with the cracked chest. It's not an easy recovery.
No. And the difference is, when it happened the first time, I was sitting in my office and I made a statement to my boss that I said, listen, John, I've worked at Depticon how many times now? I've got a handle on it. And as soon as my chest and my legs stop hurting, I'll get this sorted out. John said, put Rob on the phone. So I put Rob on the phone. Rob basically said, hangs up the phone, says, come on, we're going to the hospital. And I didn't argue. That's the last memory I have.
All right.
I have snippets between that, and I remember being taken into the ER. I remember being wheeled into the surgical ward. And then my next memory is waking up 3.5 weeks later. And so the hard part is, so the doctor tells me, goes, well, you know what it feels like when that starts going bad. So if that starts happening, I said, Doc, I have the memory of it. I don't. So I had no idea. So I'm now discovering if I lived through it, so I know the memories are in here somewhere. I have no idea what they are. I'm now realizing what I dealt with on that short drive from Battlefront to the hospital. Now I'm going, I've got to do this for the next month and a half.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So it'll be fun.
Well, hopefully the scans come back good.
Yeah.
Like there's a little, it's not 100% yet. Yeah. But you do need to, take it as it comes and see what happens. So.
And I just, like I said, I'm actually pretty positive. Like I said, I've been through this before. The doctors have been through it before. The doctor was very, very positive on it. It was you got to get it done. Got to have this sorted out. Yeah. And I'll keep everybody posted as best I can, and we'll go from there.
Well, and they're not saying, "Hey, let's go meet at the hospital real fast and have a little." Yeah. So
he said that was definitely a possibility. He goes, if that would have been worse than what I thought it was, you'd have never left the hospital.
Yeah. So yeah,
I tried to put a big downer on the end of the show. We had a good show, and I don't want to put a downer on, but I also figured telling you guys on the show would be the best way to get it out there to my friends and family in Arizona, because I've known a lot of you guys for a long time, and I just want everybody to know. So, and like I said, I'll post online when I can. I don't like doing it, but sometimes what I've discovered in the last few years is I have so many friends that I only interact with online. That's the only one I'm going to tell them.
Well, that's how you and Mark met. You guys are just online friends. You guys have met a few times in person, right? Once. I can only do it
once in 30 years.
Yeah, once in 30 years. He came up, and we went to Games Day, didn't we?
2002. Yep.
Yeah.
The good old twos. The good old twos.
So anyway, I appreciate everything. We'll get it sorted out. I'll keep you guys posted. I'll probably try to post on stuff I'm going to be going to work next week, and then I'm off for the holiday break. I'll probably be doing a lot of painting to occupy my time. I absolutely want to start on the cockpit of my Corsair, which is one of the things I'm planning on doing while I'm on my Christmas break. And then I got most of January to get through, and we'll figure it out. But I'll keep you guys posted as best I can. And when we're back on, we're back on.
So
yeah, I'll probably. Sorry.
I was just going to say.
Go ahead. Sorry, Mike. Sorry.
Jeff, read Heron's comment. Go ahead, Mark. I'm sorry. I just wanted them to read Heron's comment.
I will.
No, Jeff. Since I'll be on vacation from the 18th out to the 5th, I'll probably have Zoom calls and stuff for building, because that's my intent, is to do a lot of model. Because my goal is to have this Leopard finished by New Year's Eve, fully painted, based, the whole 9 yards. So
that would be an achievement. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, my goal, because I've got a group build in January for another project. Plus, I picked up another Corsair. So.
Just one more?
Yeah. I actually picked up the Magic Factory British Mark II, the British version of the 1A. Yeah. And, Screw Brothers had it on sale. It was lightning deal. It was only $40, and I'm like, okay, I'll take it for 60% off. Sure.
Is it a project? Did you open it up and glue a couple parts together to call it a project, or is it still just?
It's still, yeah. I have about a.
Go ahead.
I have about a dozen kits, waiting that are basically I picked up during Black Friday kit sales and stuff like that. So.
There is a caveat to the just buy the kit and put it on the shelf and not being a project. You can fit. It depends on where you put that kit on whether or not it is or isn't a project.
Okay.
If you put it on your storage shelf, it's not a project. But if you have it sitting somewhere else where you have easy access to it, it's a project. Like, for example, my Corsair is a project, and it's there, not in my storage closet.
Uh-oh. Those are all within arm's reach.
This shelf, and this shelf, and the shelf below it are the ones that are projects.
They're future projects in training.
No. They're literally all started. I've got them in different storage bins. I mean, I've got all these different kits that have started and stuff like this. So, yeah. And that doesn't even include the 40K stuff. That's not even the 40K stuff. So, yeah.
So this means on Christmas morning when I get my perfect grade Gundam kit, and if I cut out a couple sprues and a couple pieces and just fit them together because they're all push fit, put them back in the box, it's a started project.
There you go. Thank you for the nice words. I appreciate it, buddy. I do appreciate it, and I will keep everybody posted.
Yeah.
But yeah, my category for a project versus not a project, if I have to open a door to a closet to get to my model kit, it's not a project.
So next time you see us on stream, I will just have a mountain of all of my unbuilt stuff behind us. I've got lots.
An 8-foot table or a 6-foot table, yeah. Okay.
Yes. I love it.
Terminator's there, a train there, N-scale train there, figures there. I got Ragnar Blackmane behind the Germans,
and he hasn't even talked about his radio control hobby yet.
Oh no, that's
that's back there, but
it's the wrong time of year for that out in Colorado, isn't it?
It is, but to be fair, with the way things have life's been, work wise and stuff like that, I haven't actually flown, haven't actually had an opportunity to fly or taken the opportunity. Correction. I'd rather, I haven't had a chance to or taken the chance to go out and fly in the last 2 years. So.
Oh no.
It is because with work and stuff, I come down here to the bench for 10 minutes and, I can do this and instead of having to load everything up and go out, drive an hour to the field and then
there you go.
Unload and set up. It's like, time has been limited.
But snow looks so light and fluffy that if you crashed, it wouldn't cause as much damage to your plane.
Sure.
We're keeping Mike from going to work.
Ask anybody who falls on their ass. It's light and fluffy.
No. And then when it's cold and when you fall and hurt yourself, it just hurts more because it's cold.
Yeah, you Arizona people are funny. Yeah. It's powder. No, it's not that powdery. Powdery for the first day.
I remember my first winter in Arizona. I was working at Paradise Valley Mall, and people came running into the store. All new employees were coming into work. Were coming in. They were all excited. They're like, "It's snowing outside. It's snowing outside. Like it's a good thing." I'm like, "Oh wow, there's snow in Arizona." I'm not believing this. I walk out with a guy that I met and became friends with. I walk out. I'm looking. And I looked up at Matt and I went, "This is not snow." He goes, "Oh, it is. Look, it's snow." And I went, "No, it's called sleet. It's partially frozen rain."
Yes, that's Arizona snow when it
Arizona snow. Like,
when it can dent up your vehicle because it's just frozen ice water falling, ice cubes falling from the sky.
It's not even. It hasn't even formed into hail. It's just kind of on the way down. The raindrop just froze, and that's all. So.
Yeah. Welcome to Arizona.
There you go.
We'll take anything for advantage like that. It's like, oh, it's snowing in Arizona. And it's not. The news goes nuts when that stuff happens. They're just like, oh my God. It's like,
snowed in Phoenix. No, it didn't.
All right, everybody. Well, I do have to cut out. I have to
go to work. What is that about?
I have to go to work. So Merry Christmas to everybody. Have a
happy New Year.
We'll stay in touch with everybody. Let people know what's going on. Jeff, you just spend time with the family. Relax. Don't stress.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Have you met me?
No, don't.
I can stress about anything at any time, Smith.
Well, if you start getting stressy, Mr. Stressy, give me a call.
Yeah, I know that.
You can stress out on me. You can call me all kinds of names. I don't care.
Regardless, like I said, I'm not negative. I'm kind of positive about it, but I have to say, and I say this all the time, I'm actually very blessed. The fact that I have a beautiful family, I have beautiful daughters, beautiful granddaughters. But I've also been blessed with, I have a circle of friends I've had for years. My high school best friend, he and I still communicate on a regular basis. I've got Darren, I've got Greg, and then I've got you guys. I mean, you and I have been friends since we met.
Yeah,
pretty much. And Mark and I, only having met once, have been friends ever since. And we always have a joke online where we read. He'll send me something. And these people say you can't remain friends only online. It's like, well, yeah, okay, whatever. We must be the exception to that.
Statistically proven wrong.
Absolutely. So I've been blessed in those two categories because I've got, for example, I've spoken to Darren. Darren was, adamant, where he's at. Greg literally went, "What are you doing on the weekend of the 27th?" I said, "I got no plans." He goes, "All right, I'll be there." He's coming down for the weekend because now the interesting part between Greg and I, we've both been through this. He just had his heart valve replaced after his aortic dissection. They had to replace his artificial valve.
Really?
So he's just gone through that, and now I'm going to have to go get my stuff repaired. And I was, he's like, "I'll be there. I'll be there." So I've been blessed with great friends and great families. So I'll be all right.
They're going to redo your plumbing.
They're redoing my plumbing. And it's all right. I'm an old house. I just don't want them to switch from copper to PVC.
Where's Bob Vila?
But anybody out there that has my number, call me, text me, IM me. I'll answer any question you want. I don't care. Just if you want to chat, just send me an IM. If I can't talk, I'll either not answer. I'll tell you I can't talk, but I will respond when I get the chance.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, everybody. Well, we're going to sign off until further notice, and we'll keep posting on Discord though.
Absolutely.
Because then when we come back, we will have a huge 3-hour show of photos to go over and show everybody's progress over the holiday break, and we'll just take it one step at a time. So everybody, again, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, all the good wishes for you.
Thank you, Victor. Appreciate it.
Everybody take care. Mark, got anything to say before we check out?
Nope. Have a good Christmas. Happy New Year. And Jeff will hope everything goes well.
You and I will chat. You know that.
I know. I'm a buster calls.
All right, everybody. We're out. See ya.
Later.